Renting cars and taking taxes in Vietnam, a complete guide to avoiding scams and staying safe. Vietnam is an incredible country to explore, from bustling cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City to serene countryside roads and coastal highways. While public transportation exists, many travelers choose to rent a car or take taxis for flexibility and comfort. However, like in many tourist-heavy destinations, scams and overcharging can happen, especially to foreigners unfamiliar with local customs. This guide will walk you through everything you need to know about renting cars, using taxes safely, and spotting common scams in Vietnam. 1. Car rental in Vietnam. What you need to know. 1.1. Can foreign tourists drive in Vietnam? Driving in Vietnam as a foreigner is possible but not always straightforward. A driver's license. Vietnam does not recognize most foreign licenses directly. You will need either an international driving permit, IDP, that includes Vietnam, or a Vietnamese driver's license. Requires converting your existing license at the Department of Transportation. A minimum age. You must be at least 18 years old to drive a car in Vietnam. Insurance. Always confirm the rental. Includes valid insurance covering accidents, damage, and third-party liability. Tip. Even with an IDP, traffic rules here can be chaotic for newcomers. So many tourists hire a car with a local driver instead of self-driving. 1.2. Types of car rentals in Vietnam. 1. Self-drive car rental. Are rare for foreigners due to license and insurance restrictions. Are available in major cities, but requires experience in Asian traffic conditions. 2. Car rental with driver. Most recommended. A common and relatively affordable. Or includes a local driver who knows the routes, traffic rules, and local etiquette. Or removes the stress of navigating and parking in crowded cities. 3. App-based car rentals. As some services like GrabCar or Bicar allow. Booking private cars with drivers via mobile apps. 1.3. Where to rent a car. International rental agencies, Avis, Hertz, in major cities and airports. Local rental companies, more affordable but require careful review of contracts. Hotel partnerships. Many hotels can arrange rentals with trusted drivers. 1.4. Cost of car rentals. Prices vary depending on car type, rental length, and whether a driver is included. A self-drive, $40 to $70 per day, plus deposit. Air with driver, $60. $100 per day, fuel sometimes included. A luxury cars, $120 plus per day. 1.5. Important tips for renting a car. Or inspect the vehicle. Take photos of any scratches or damage before driving away. Check the contract. Look for hidden fees, fuel, cleaning, mileage limits. Confirm insurance coverage. Avoid rentals without clear coverage terms. Book in advance, especially during Tet holiday or summer. 2. Using taxes in Vietnam. A tourist's guide. 2.1. Major taxi companies to trust. While Vietnam has thousands of taxis, only a few companies are widely trusted. Air My Linh Taxi. Green color, reliable meters, available nationwide. Avinasun Taxi. White with green-red stripes, common in the south. A taxi group, operating in Hanoi and northern Vietnam. 2.2. Taxi fare guide. Starting fare, 12,000 to 15,000 VND, tilde, 50 to 60 cents. Per kilometer, 13,000 to 18,000. VND, 55 to 75 cents. Airport to city center, $10 to $15 depending on distance. 2.3. Ride-hailing apps. Grab, most popular, covers taxis and motorbikes. B. Vietnamese competitor. Gojek, motorbike rides, some cars. Why use apps? Prices are fixed before booking, and no need to negotiate or worry about rigged meters. 3. Common taxi scams in Vietnam, and how to avoid them. Unfortunately, not all taxi drivers are honest, and some target tourists with clever tricks. Knowing them will save you money and stress. 3.1. Rigged taxi meters. How it works. The meter is tampered with to run faster, charging you 2 to 3 times the normal fare. Signs. The fare jumps unusually fast. A short trip costs more than expected. How to avoid. Stick to reputable companies, MyLin, Venasun, or use Grab. Or if the fare looks suspicious, ask to stop and take another taxi. 3.2. Fake taxi companies. How it works. Drivers paint their cars to look like trusted companies, but change one letter or logo. Signs. A slightly different spelling, e.g., MyLin instead of MyLin. A missing company hotline on the door. How to avoid. Double-check the spelling and phone number. Use apps or hotel recommendations. 3.3. Long route detours. How it works. Driver takes a longer route to increase fare, especially if you don't know the area. Signs. The route feels unnecessarily winding. The journey time is longer than app estimates. How to avoid. Use Google Maps to track the route in real time. Politely tell the driver you're monitoring directions. 3.4. Currency confusion. How it works. Vietnam's currency, VND, has many zeros. Some drivers may give change for 50,000 instead of 500,000, pretending it's a mistake. Signs. Quick, confusing exchanges when you hand large bills. How to avoid. Always count your change slowly and clearly. Keep smaller bills for paying taxes. 3.5. Fake airport taxi desks. How it works. In some airports, unofficial taxi desks approach tourists before they reach official counters, offering fixed prices that are double or triple the normal rate. Signs. Aggressive touts asking taxi? Taxi. Right after customs. And no official uniform or company logo. How to avoid. Book airport taxes from official counters. Better yet, pre-book via your hotel. 3.6. No change trick. How it works. Driver claims they have no change, forcing you to pay more. How to avoid. Carry small denominations, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 VND. Confirm you have exact or near exact fare before boarding. 4. Safety tips for using taxis in Vietnam. 1. Sit in the back seat, safer and more private. 2. Check driver ID, displayed on dashboard. 3. Lock your doors, especially in busy intersections. 4. Avoid unmarked cars, even if they offer cheaper prices. 5. Share your ride details, send the plate number to a friend. 5. Alternatives to taxes. If you want to avoid taxi risks altogether. Grab or Bicar, fixed price rides. Private transfers, booked via hotels or travel agencies. Public buses, cheaper for budget travelers. Cyclo or XEOM, motorbike taxes, fun for short city rides. But negotiate beforehand. 6. What to do if you suspect a scam. Stay calm and polite. Avoid confrontation. Take a photo of the taxi's license plate and driver ID. Pay only the fare amount. Offer what's reasonable based on the route. Report to the company hotline. Numbers are on the car. Inform your hotel. They can help contact authorities. 7. Final thoughts. Vietnam's taxis and car rental services can be safe, convenient, and affordable if you know how to choose the right providers and avoid common scams. By sticking to reputable companies, using ride-hailing apps, and being aware of your surroundings, you can travel comfortably without falling victim to overcharging or dishonesty. Quick do's and don'ts. White heavy checkmark do. Use Grab or reputable taxi brands. White heavy checkmark do. Keep small bills for payment. White heavy checkmark do. Track your route on Google Maps. Crossmark don't. Accept rides from strangers without ID. Crossmark don't. Pay before the trip ends. Crossmark don't. Ignore small spelling differences in company names.